And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 15, episode 2. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And if you did not get a chance to watch this episode of the Cloud9 podcast when it was airing live, you are most likely watching and listening to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast on Friday. And if you are watching and listening to this episode of the Cloud9 podcast on Friday, then I hope you guys have a great weekend as well. So tonight, there won't be a show with Lunchbox Warren, not because we had any drama or anything. So basically, long story short, I wanted to go to the very first showing for the Marvel Cinematic Universe's newest movie, The Thunderbolts, at 2:15. And then basically I ran late, and then I ended up dropping my smartphones, what do they call those things? It's one of those things where you have your camera being held in something. It's like the freaking
it's like the it's not a stand, but not the gimbal. Is it gimbal? Is it gimbal? There's
you don't call it a stand. Yeah, so that black stand that you guys see me use for my comic book hauls and the vlogs, that broke. I accidentally wore my sweatpants outside, and then it fell out of my sweatpants, and I was like, wait a minute, why am I wearing sweatpants? Because those have very flimsy pockets, and I was like, fuck. So my freaking stand that I use for my smartphone,
you know why you wear sweatpants? You try to show off your meat to the chicks.
That's definitely not true, unless there's meth heads around here, man. These chicks only want to get cracking meth. So after that happened, I basically
no teeth.
They don't have teeth. I saw a black lady walk down the street. That bitch had no teeth, and she stunk. She stunk bad. That pussy stank. I was
man, she smelled like
no, she smelled like ass and Reese's or something. Just disgusting.
Man, she smelled like Giro in LA.
Oh my god. So after that happened, I basically went to the 4:45 showing, and since Thunderbolts is 2 hours long, by the time the movie ended with its post-credit scenes, I left the theater at 7:10, and I even told Chaz, hey, we're going to have to start a little bit later because I went to the second showing because I wanted to go to the first showing. I wanted to go to the first showing, so that way I had enough free time to rest and do shit. So
I got work off in the morning. I got work off tomorrow because I got to, in the next couple of weeks, I'm getting a couple of teeth pulled out, or my wisdom teeth pulled out.
Damn. Good luck with that, man. Don't worry. I'll hire you a girl so you can eat her out so your mouth can feel better. Bars.
Yeah.
Mic drop.
So it's not Lennon after she eats me chicken and coffee. I don't want to.
Ice should deport that bitch. I'm just kidding. So tomorrow, me and Lunchbox Warren will just do our show tomorrow, and then next week all the shows should resume the same way. So Friday, me and Lunchbox Warren will have our show. Saturday, depending on who's coming, I want to do a Thunderbolts open spoiler discussion. It's most likely going to be with Labs Comic Fan because he said he's going to go watch it. So, we'll do our open spoiler discussion then. Or if not, we can do it on Monday when I have Grey Poupée or Bob Willis Movies. And then obviously I have the I could game stream after our open spoiler discussion. We have the Cloud9 podcast on Sunday with me and you, and that's it. And then Monday we just start the week up again with all of our shows back the same way. But we have been watching the 2025 NBA playoffs, and I was right. Lakers, gentlemen sweep. We got a broom and we swept. Hold on. I'm going to do this prop because I only going to get a chance to do it only time during this year. You talk. 1 second.
Big chicken, big double, large fry, large Coke, Lakers at 5. They're going home. Lakers at 5.
Let's get the broom.
West Coast, LeBron James, no handline, Lakers at 5.
This is what happened last night. This is what the Timberwolves did to us right here. Just look at the floor. Look at this. Gentlemen sweeping. Just clean up on all 6. Lakers are done. Clean up on all 6.
That's what happened to the Heat and Grizzlies. It's funny. It's funny how that series both start. It's like that. MK. Okay, before we talk about the Lakers, let's talk.
My dreams.
Before we talk about the Lakers, let's talk about the one seed. The Thunder start off beating the Grizz by 53, and then they clinched out a win in the end. The Cleveland Cavaliers, they played.
We have to start with the Cavaliers. Oh my God, the Heat got
the Heat.
Word I can't say on YouTube.
The Heat were. It's weird that the Cavs and the Thunder are a tale of two teams. The Thunder started off beating out the Grizzlies with their star player, and then without the star player, they played a little closer. The Cavs started out decently, and then they beat the Heat by 55. But
I think the first half, I swear it was like 65 to like 27. I was what is going on here?
It was something like that. We gonna look for the Cavs. I gotta look for the. Oh my God,
that like we went from watching OKC versus Memphis game 1, and we were like, it can't get anything worse than that. Nope. Heat were like, nah, just hold my beer. It's gonna get worse. Much worse, honestly.
It was much worse. The Cavs Heat was much worse. The Sun. Okay, I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break it down how bad it was for the
Miami Heat.
Yeah. I'm gonna start with OKC. Their first game was 131-80, beaten by 51. Mm-hmm. The second game, they only beat them by 19, 118-99. Each game, you see how it's getting closer.
Yeah.
When they went to Memphis, they only beat them by 6, 114-108. That game was a lot closer. Yep. And then the last one was 117-115. Memphis played OKC well, but they can't beat them. But now let me tell you about the Heat cast. They played 4 games. Only once the Heat lost by less than 10 points.
Yeah, that was game 2. They scored 108. Cleveland scored 113, right? It was game 2.
No, it was one. Yeah, it was 121-112. That was the closest game. Look at game 1, 121-100. 21-point ass beating. Game 2, 121. I think Cavaliers scored 121 points. This time the Heat scored a lot more. They scored 112. They were close. Yeah. Game 3. You go see a pattern here. It's not 121 points. It's 124 points. But guess what? The Cavs only scored 87.
Oh shit.
Yeah. They lose by 35 or 37. Game 4, the deciding game. Cavaliers beat the Heat 138-83. It got worse. After that close game 2, we're thinking, Miami might take a game, right? They might beat Cleveland. Nope.
I honestly didn't think they were going to win a game. I think we said 4-0. There was the only team we thought and said was going to win a game against their opposition against the first and second seed was Orlando. We said Orlando was going to get one game.
Yeah.
I remember us saying 4-0. That Miami, that team is frauds. That team is booty. That team started out awful, and then because the Eastern Conference is so bad, they make this miraculous run to 8th, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, they make this miraculous run to 8th," and it's like, you guys seen how bad that Eastern Conference?
It didn't matter because Chicago was garbage,
and
Atlanta was a one-trick pony. Game 3, when they lost by 37 points, do you want to guess the point range of how much it was at half?
I think I have it bookmarked, but I remember just to have. I remember it being fucking hell. I remember it being at least 87-56, something like that.
Game 3 was 63-42 and a half.
Okay,
62-42 and a half.
Jesus fuck.
Game 4 was much worse. Much worse. Game 4 was much worse. Game 4 was 72-33. Yes, I said it correctly. Them motherfuckers in 2 quarters scored less than what Cleveland scored in the first quarter. And then guess what Cleveland just did? Oh, you guys don't want to try it? We're going to score 39 in the third quarter.
Yeah, so right here, I was following their Twitter page. At the start of the fourth quarter, they were at 63.
Yep. 63. It was 116. No, sorry. No, that was 16. 111 to 63 at the start of the fourth quarter. Them motherfuckers was getting shit blown out. And they end up losing by 55.
Oh God, they got
12
minutes
remaining, yes, to the end of this worthless season.
Yep. Got absolutely destroyed.
Tyler Hero ain't no hero.
This is something that I've talked about, and you could use arguments of like choking. You could use arguments of like just basically having a bad day. This team just lost all confidence in itself. There's just no way you play that bad. That was the worst game of the playoffs.
They had no identity. They had no leader. Once Jimmy Butler got traded,
Jimmy Butler was on their team, wasn't he?
He got traded. Yeah, he didn't want to be on the dysfunctional team. What the fuck was Pat Riley? They lost their identity. They didn't have the grind anymore. Andrew Wiggins has all the talent, but he doesn't have the leadership. Like Bam Bio's not a good leader. No offense. Mm-hmm. He's a good player, but motherfuckers don't realize good players don't always make good leaders. A la Kevin Durant.
And Kevin Durant's learning that the hard way right now. I mean, holy shit. Miami, guys, is out. And thank God, a team like that,
them motherfuckers with hot ass. Hot,
fresh L's serving up.
Every
game.
And it got worse. The game 2 being the only one that was within 10 points should say so. OKC was Memphis is a very good. The West, the top 8 teams in the West were tough. I was saying this about the East. The top 4 teams in the East. I'm gonna say this. The top 4 teams in Detroit. I'm gonna tell you why I put Detroit over Milwaukee. Milwaukee's injured. Giannis is the only good player on that team right now. Dame's injured, and he's been kind of washed for the last couple of years. Detroit is tough. Detroit's a good team. We beat them tonight. We ended that series. But Detroit is a dangerous team. Detroit's going to be a top 4 team within the next couple of years if they keep the trajectory they're going. The Pistons, to me, are the 5th best team in the East. I'll put them over the Bucks. The Bucks are hot ass.
I will say this. After watching the Knicks and Piston series, the fucking Bucks are garbage. They are bad.
And the Bucks only got to 50 because the trade started off slow. I'm dead ass. Like the Pacers is going to make it tough for the Cavs. I think Cavs still win, but I'm a Knicks fan. I'm going to be honest. If the Celtics don't beat the Knicks in 5 games, if the Knicks miraculously win Game 5 in Boston, please don't get me home. I don't need that. I don't need that kind of stress. Don't make it 2-2 after 4 games. I was like, if we're going back to Boston Game 5 and it's 2-2, I'm gonna start being like, yo, we can do it. No,
we have hope.
Don't give me that hope. I don't want that hope.
Oh God, man. I
don't want that hope, man.
All right, so we'll do the Eastern Conference since we're on them. So the Cleveland Cavaliers, who had the best record in the Eastern Conference, they completely they did words to Miami. I cannot say
they took the heat out of Miami. Get it?
Miami ran out of heat. The fire's burnt. There's no more heat left. Damn. What else could we say? They just destroyed.
They got shit on.
Those games were not close.
One game was close, and that was 9 points. And we're calling the closest game by 9 points. The closest game, no. This series was an absolute stomp. When when a team's up by damn near 40 at half, 30 at half, 20 at half, like, yeah, no.
Like, dude, a lot of their fans for the Miami Heat on their Twitter page, when the updated score lines got tweeted out, they were like, yeah, we have hope. Guys, there's hope when it's 90 to 75. There's no hope if you start the fourth quarter down almost like 50 points.
When you're down 111 to 63 after y'all motherfuckers left when the
start of the very last quarter in a game you have to win to keep your season alive.
No, years ago when the Heat were down to the Spurs, y'all motherfuckers left when they were down by 5, and you had no faith in the Heat winning. I know y'all motherfuckers wasn't talking about, oh, we can come back. Motherfucker, you down by 48 with 12 minutes to go. You got to score 4 points a minute and hope that the other team forgets how to score.
Wasn't their average scoring for a player on their team like just 20 points in general?
Yeah.
Like an average. So that's not gonna happen. Yeah.
There's only 2 games he scored over 100. One game he scored 100. Like, well, this team.
Judo Joe Black says, NBA season over for me. I cannot stomach another Boston title run. You know what's crazy, dude?
I feel you on that.
The fact that NBA on ESPN barely talked about the defending champions and hyped up the Lakers to other people is just I'm a fan of the Lakers. I'm a fan of Stephen Curry, but like, bro, man, people are literally gonna be like, wait, why weren't they talking about the defending champions? Because I don't know. That's why that network is trash. Like, Shannon Sharp was like, man, the Lakers could make a finals run. That's why you're in trouble right now with fucking OnlyFans chicks, because your judgment is terrible. What an ass take that was. I think the Lakers could make it to the conference finals. In what world? In the bizarro world where, like, I get my ass eaten out by Florence Pugh?
Because LeBron. Because he's a LeBron stand.
Fucking hell. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point now, guys, we would know not to take Shannon Sharp seriously with anything that he says anymore.
You know the crazy part about it? The points per game that they scored. He averaged 126 points over the 4 series. That means if you total all the points, you divide it by the 4 games, they averaged about 126 points this whole series. The Heat only averaged 96. They even in the average, they were losing by 30. Your average ass whooping was
didn't
30.
They post the stats too? Every quarter over every game, they were always down at least 10. Every quarter for every
they were averaging about 12 points. They were a down 12 point average over the quarters.
Sorry team.
They were getting
such a free win in the playoffs. I'll be honest. If the Cavaliers lost to that, the jokes would be endless.
Oh yeah, no. It'd be like the Cavs trash. Oh no, the Glaze is too much for Boston, but they're looking at how deep the team is depth wise. It makes sense, but the thing is, they don't see any other team be like, oh, okay, because in their mind, most of these teams' markers is not big enough. The reason why they don't give a fuck about OKC or Cleveland because the market's not big enough. They're not at a point where like people.
Hugo says, "Oh, I like your crying EVS picture. I love that. I'm a lifelong Lakers fan. I think Boston is glazed too much, but that's just me. They can get overglazed, but their team is very strong. I think people overglaze them. You can beat them, but it's just so hard when they're plucking players average like 30 by themselves alone.
The glaze is high.
Who gets glazed unexpectedly? Is the Rockets. They get glazed constantly.
The amount of
I would argue the Celtics have been underglazed in my opinion. The Rockets have been overglazed.
Twitter is like, the Rockets go to motherfucking come back. They're gonna beat the Warriors. Motherfuckers go to if the Rockets get to the finals, they're gonna fuck by whoever comes out of the East. I'm telling you right now. Boston and Cleveland put.
I just want to go to the next series. So this is Pacers versus Bucks. I thought Bucks were gonna do it. I
said Pacers in 6 because I thought the Bucks were gonna put up a fight. I think
I said 4-1 because I saw the Pacers play some games, and I was like, this team is really bad. I was like, I could win any games, really.
I said 4-2 because I thought Dave was coming back.
I had the right score, but for the wrong team.
I said Pacers 4-2. I had no faith in the Bucks. I thought Bucks was gonna get 2 games.
Oh, what was that situation where like Giannis's dad came up to him?
No. It was Tyrese Halliburton's dad said something to Giannis. Giannis was trying to leave. He said, "Okay, good. Congrats to your son and all that."
Yeah.
And
so like people are asking like, should that guy be banned from every game? And it's like, I think that's a little too harsh. Okay, guys, it's not that serious.
No, but
you know?
I don't know.
But that was really disrespectful. He should be banned for about. I think he should lose if he goes to games constantly. I think you should lose like 30 games.
No, not 30 games. Just ban him for the rest of the playoffs. Just making that he can't go. But it doesn't even matter. It was in Indiana. That's me. All right, cool. It's like,
I mean, they have Caitlin Clark.
Oh, Jesus.
Might as well put her on the team at that point. But no, like that was just super unprofessional. No, I don't blame Giannis for getting that motherfucker getting in my face. Oh, damn. He better man than me. We'd be fighting right there if you get in my face like that. That's you have to get knocked the fuck out. Knicks versus Pistons. Knicks, I think they lead the series or they're moving through.
Knicks won tonight.
Yeah.
No, Knicks won.
So the Knicks are facing the Celtics because the Knicks beat Pistons. The Pistons, honestly, if you guys watch the games, the Pistons didn't play that bad, honestly.
No, the Pistons played the Knicks got the worst match about all of them. I was hoping for the Bucks because I knew we were going to beat the Bucks. Honestly, anybody that got the Bucks was beat them. Milwaukee was the easiest outside of Milwaukee was the easiest out of the 16. If you were 3-6 or 4-5, if you were the 3 or 4 seed, you was hoping for Milwaukee.
Yeah.
If Milwaukee would have fell to the Bucks would have swept them. If Milwaukee would have fell to the Celtics would have swept them. They would have swept them. Cleveland would have swept them. The Milwaukee.
I don't know, man. I think everyone probably is going to pull for the Celtics to beat the Knicks. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. It might, depending. We might get 6 games.
I'm hoping for
6 games. I'm hoping maybe 6 games.
I'm a Knicks fan. I'm hoping this is my thing. Don't give me no. I swear, if it's 2-2 after 4 games, I'm gonna start getting some weird hope copium. I'll be like, we can beat them.
What if they actually start the series 2-0 up? And you're like, oh shit!
Oh, no! Please don't. No, that's the worst. That's even worse. Oh, that's worse. Oh,
if you guys start 3-0 up and get reverse swept, I'm gonna eternally roast your team.
Oh, I'm telling right now. The Knicks fans, if we go up 3-0, we're telling everybody to suck our dicks. That's New York fan. That's New York for you.
That's New York ain't shit, man. I don't know how you want. I don't know why you visit that place. That place is a shithole. Fucking hell.
New York motherfuckers will tell you suck my dick after anything. Man, fuck you, man. Suck my dick. That's New York for you. We go up 3-0 and then we get reverse swept. I'm telling you right now, I am not going back to New York City until like July. I got a local up on the
I don't even because the Knicks really haven't beaten the Celtics. They have a massive rivalry. They haven't beaten them in a while. If the Knicks actually win that series,
I wouldn't call that a rivalry.
That might be that might be like the KTT1 thing now. Rivalry, yeah. Your score is like 1 to 15.
If you want to call a Knicks rivalry a Knicks have Knicks Nets, Knicks Sixers, Knicks Celtics ain't no rivalry anymore.
Yeah, there's one team that is clearly better.
Yeah.
It's weird how you guys always will match up against them, considering the fact that your team is always going to be
match up well against them. If the issue is if we got one motherfucker that's scoring against everybody else,
Cats got to dominate for them to have a chance. Otherwise it's a sweep.
Yeah.
Or Jalen Brunson would have to have some really monster games.
He gonna be burnt the fuck out. He's gonna burn out by game 3, and then they're gonna have to lead on everybody else to get for that series. That's my alarm report. Let me see how many minutes these motherfuckers play tonight, because
Eastern Conference is done. The Western Conference, we talked about this series on Sunday. This series was. You guys already know how I ranted about this fucking series. Okay. Morant literally got them so far ahead in game 4 or it was game three. One of them. Yeah, Morant got them so far ahead in game 3. It is borderline criminal that you lose that game. It's not possible to lose that game in any scenario unless your team is a bunch of choke artists. Unless you're literally on your knees doing throat goat Glock 3000 to another man, dick all up in your mouth, all the way down your throat. You are choking your ass off. Like, I'm talking like Bonnie Blue getting like airtight. Because that bitch said, I'm trying to get abused.
I'm talking about Adriana Cheddick on the scene on the set of Black. Just 3 black guys and 1 white woman.
Like, remember what Bonnie Blue said? There's nothing I don't want them to not do to me. She said I can get choked, slapped, abuse me, no makeup, make me cry.
Like what Shannon Sharp said to that one girl, I'm gonna choke you and break your back. He's I'm gonna break your. See, motherfuckers knew what break your back means, but out of contact, that sounds fucked up.
Oh God! So basically, I'll be honest.
I'm not gonna go to a girl and say I'm gonna break your back out of context. Motherfucker, you go to jail. You a big 8 King Kong looking motherfucker. Big like, wide. After got a big wide nose motherfucker.
After I saw them lose game 3, I'll be honest with you guys, I had no hope they win.
No.
If you lose game 3 in that fashion, you can't win. Honestly, if you can't win that game, I don't want you moving forward.
Each game was close. That's how I was like after game 1. After game 1, I was like, God dang, they got a fist put in them. They got their whole foot put up their ass. Like,
also, I haven't seen the result of the Clippers and Nuggets series yet because they had a game today.
Right now, the Clippers are up by 8.
Okay, so that's looking like it's going to 7 games, probably.
Yeah, no, that one's going to 7. That's a 4-5 series. The 4-5 series in the East was more like, we know one team's better. This one's like, oh man, that's a motherfucking coin. The 4-5 series in the first round of the Western Conference playoffs, that could have been a conference finals. That's how good that series is. That could have been a conference finals. The Nuggets and Clippers. That could have been a conference finals.
That series is crazy. Like, James Harden, God, it's just such a waste of a talent for a player sometimes. No, there are games this man plays, and this man is just.
You know what it is? It's like if you run against teams that is better. You play for the OKC, you lose to the Heat, and then the Spurs beat you. And then
if you can transfer his talent to any other person, I feel like they would make it so much more than what he can do with his own talent.
What shouldn't have happened was he should have just stayed with OKC and not get traded. I think they won a championship. I think they take one of the championships that Golden State won. I think if James Harden was on that 2016 team against the Warriors, I think the OKC goes to the final against Cleveland and not Warriors. Because honestly, that 2016 OKC team, they were 1 game away. Don't forget, before Warriors got 3-1, OKC got 3-1 by the Warriors. That's the ironic part. Like, if James Harden would have never got traded from the Thunder, OKC probably has 2 of those championships that Golden State has. That's how crazy that whole thing is.
And then before I get to the Lakers, because I have to eviscerate them.
Yeah.
Rockets and Warriors, there's fights every single game.
Fight gets called.
One of the players is the black dude with the curly-haired afro. That dude is straight up just trying to injure people. That guy should be thrown out.
Which team?
It's the one who looks like he's fucking Vegeta going Super Saiyan 1.
That's like 3 of them.
Oh my god! No, some of them have braids.
Which team?
On the Rockets. It's the dude where he basically planted to the floor face down and tried to trip them. Remember him? I forgot his fucking name.
Yeah, I was about to say because
Jalen Green.
Oh, yeah, no. He the end. Yeah, Green. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, Green. Yeah, no. Jalen Green and his grandma Green out here.
Green.
No
fragrance.
Grandma
you
Green.
Fucking refs. I hate you. These friggin' games.
Absolutely.
Jalen
Green, Grandma Green, them two.
I can't wait till you guys fucking lose this series. I'm about to celebrate on. Woo!
Oh, I'm going back on Twitter. I'm telling that fat motherfucker, yo, I'm coming over. I'm taking your girl and your sister. I'm fucking both of them tonight. I'm nutting in both of them. Both of them gonna have my kids.
God, like I'm so glad
months.
Draymond Green pushed that one dude off, to force him to make that shot, so he loses the game. That's the defensive player of the year. You know, LeBron. That's how you play defense. You get in front of their fucking face and you make them make shots unpredictably. Oh my God, man! Fuck the Rocky. All you guys are trash. All you have is I can't see this thing on YouTube. All you have is essentially players on this team that are so young, they don't really know how the playoffs work, and all they're doing is just trying to injure the other players so they can win games.
I
will say, the one game they won recently, which was, I think, yesterday, they played very well that game. I'll give you that. I'll give you that game.
That game they played well.
But that game, they put a fist all in their ad. That was a pretty hard stop.
But also, fuck Dylan Brooks. Hoe ass nigga. Fuck Dylan Brooks.
God, man.
Literally, that's why Jimmy Butler called him a bum in the bitch, and the ref like he's talking to him. No, I'm talking to him. He said, nah, ref, I'm not talking to you. I'm calling this nigga right here a bum in the bitch. Jimmy Butler told Dylan Brooks, you a bum and a bitch to his face. And Dylan Brooks just started laughing like, nigga, Jimmy Butler will fuck you up, man. He's from Houston. Like, Houston niggas is crazy.
They said,
the motherfucker from Texas is crazy. Fuck you up.
Oh my God. Like, Draymond Green looked like he was ready to choke a motherfucker.
Houston got like I was telling you earlier, Houston got none but crash outs. They got the
their game plan is literally, if they're playing games at home, trying to do the most craziest foul shit, hoping to not get called.
Crash out shit.
The motherfucker Jalen Green, guys, I swear to you, planted on the ground like this. Like it was doing sort of like a worm dance.
Lee, Dylan Brooks.
I've never seen that. I've never seen a player in my entire life watching the NBA where he basically tried to swim on the stadium to trip someone. What is going on?
These motherfuckers is number crash outs. Like that's what I've been trying to say. These motherfuckers is number crash outs. Like
I can't wait till the Warriors please beat them. I need them gone. I need you out in the first round. Imagine a second seed that had that many wins losing to a 7 seed. Now, debatably, because the regular season was so close, are the Warriors really a 7 seed? Probably not. But like I said, what the standings were, you know.
The crazy thing about it, they were a 7 seed, but it was only separated by 4 games. Like I said, everybody from 2.
Basically, if you guys don't remember, one loss pretty much either put you in 4th or put you in 7th.
That's what happened to Memphis. Yeah. Memphis was in the 4th seed. Them motherfuckers lost 3 games in a row. They ended all the way in the 8th.
And the Spurs got a clutch win against the Warriors, putting them in the 7th.
Yep. And then the refs robbed them against the Clippers, put them to the 7th. And third,
the Spurs, all trash ass, did one good thing by putting the Warriors in 7th. I was like, that was crazy because the Warriors won like fucking 17 out of their last 18 games. That's crazy. You know the very last game you lose to a team like that puts you in 7th.
But you know what the fucked up part about it? That took away the Lakers Warriors matchup because that would have been heartbreaking.
Oh, yeah. I said if they face the Warriors, that's a 4-0. Warriors are clapping that ass hard.
Yeah, but
LeBron
did not tell you if the Lakers get these 2 teams, they're fucked. And I told you if the Lakers got one of these 2 teams, they were fucked. I told you, man. Oh no, Joe. Detroit had 2 games stolen from them. They had game 4.
Game 1 was very close. It was literally just because Jalen Brunson
Game 1, the Pistons fell asleep. Game 2, the Pistons woke up. Game 3, the Pistons kind of got it stolen, but we collected. Game 4, we stole that from them. We stripped them niggas butt naked in front of the cop, stole their shit, told the cops to suck our dick, left. You know, we stole game 4 from them. Straight in front of the refs. We stole game 4. I'll admit that. We stole game 4, and the refs said, oh yeah, my bad.
I would say, like, the regular season game, the second time they played,
yeah,
that was gonna be what the playoffs
That's why I said the Lakers needed 2 teams. the Lakers needed to go against two teams.
Yeah.
I said you need to hope the Lakers, because the Lakers, once the Lakers solidified that third seed, I was like, they need to hope one of these two teams. Like I said, Warriors is tough, but they can beat them. I said, if one of these two teams,
there's no way. The reason why I couldn't think that is because there's no defense on the Lakers. Who was going to beat Stephen Curry and Draymond Green?
Matter of fact, do you remember which team I said you needed to be the 6th seed? I said you need a Memphis. I said if Memphis is not your 6th seed, you're losing. So I said there's two teams you do not want to face against: the Warriors and the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Yep. I said you can beat Memphis because Memphis bigs are slow.
Well, Memphis is like
shit.
the freest win in the conference anyway.
That's why I said you needed them to be the 6th. But them motherfuckers decided to fire the coach and then just kept losing. I don't know what the fuck Memphis was thinking. They fresh high L's. I said there's two teams the Lakers needed to avoid.
Yeah.
And they were fucked because Memphis was the team. I said you need Memphis to keep winning. And what they kept doing, keep losing. I'm like, you're fucked. If you get the Nuggets, you're fucked too. But I knew the Nuggets were going to be 4 or 5. I knew you were safe from them.
Yeah, if the Lakers face the Nuggets, you might as well just you might as well not even show up to the stage. You might as well just give them the win every single night. Go out there and play like knockout or something.
Yeah.
It'd be more entertaining if they played knockout against the Nuggets. They were not going to beat them in any capacity. Just being honest with that right now. If they faced the Clippers, that would be you need to not play the game. Play 21 or something.
It wasn't foul, but the guy who got the inbound and then passed it too hard away, his foot was apparently out of bounds. Where if the ref would have saw it, he should have gave the ball over to the Knicks. The issue is that there was like 5 clear errors the ref did in that final game 4 for Knicks Pistons that Hardaway getting foul wasn't even the worst.
I mean, I'm not even surprised, man. If you guys have been watching, I know we've been watching the game. These refs have been all types of awesome bullshit.
Garbage. Absolutely.
We're talking like LeBron literally got a literal elbow to the back of the neck and they didn't throw that guy out.
Fuck all that. Steph Curry get his nuts grabbed. Steph Curry getting SA'd on the damn court by the Rockets, just getting all kinds of abused, assaulted. Like this motherfucker, Steph Curry needs to call a hotline for the guy. Like this motherfucker. Steph Curry looked like he was at a Diddy party with all the grabbing and touching they were doing on him. God damn. I was like, yeah, damn, Steph Curry out here feel like, oh yeah, no, on LeBron, they was grabbing LeBron's ass cheeks and just pushing him, grinding on him. At one point, it felt like it was just putting the elbow to the back. It felt like I was watching some old school wrestling up in this bitch. I'm like, God damn, really out here doing the 90s elbow push off. I'm like, what the fuck is? Am I watching 1997 basketball?
It's finally time to talk about my team. The team I've been watching ever since I was a little kid, the Los Angeles Lakers. Well, how do we speak about the Los Angeles Lakers losing to the Timberwolves in 5 games?
They got the worst matchup. I told you this was the one team.
The gentleman sweep. Get the mop, get the broom, clean them up. It ain't even tough. What did people tell us after game 1? People were like, you're overreacting in game 1. I was like, I'm not overreacting. I know when they're bad. I've watched them the whole year. I watched every single game they played this year. I knew they weren't going to win the series. After that horrible, sloppy game 2 win, I was like, yeah, we can just not win this. We can just go home. Game 1, they got absolutely rolled, and people had the nerve to tell me I was overreacting. I was like, no, they're not going to win. They're going to get destroyed. I had been said the Lakers are frauds. Game 2, sloppy.
Yep.
They played good defense, but, I mean, Luka had a good game. That's the only reason why game 2 was win. I knew they were cooked was when the fucking highlight of game 1 was just Luka making a half-court shot. Oh, we just made a half court. So I was like, okay, we're actually fucked, honestly. Then game 3, they could have won it despite the refs being like completely just rigging the game. LeBron got 4 chances to make threes. He made 3 of them. And then the one that he needed to make to basically secure them the win, he has a turnover. Turnovers were so bad in this series. The Lakers could not hold the ball. Turnovers were just constant.
Game 3 was the blowout one. That was the one where they were just putting belt to ass to him.
Was it game 3 or game 4? One of them.
Game 4. Game 4 was the one where they...
It must have been game 4.
Game 4 was the one where they had they just decided...
Yeah, sorry. My bad. Game 4 was game 4 where LeBron had the 4 threes. He made 3 of them.
Oh.
He makes that 4th one. They probably win it despite the rigging. He didn't make it because the fucking turnovers were so bad. And then game 5 last night, oh my, like, let's just break it all down. Let's just start. You know what? I'll just do LeBron first because I've been waiting to roast this fucking old, fucking washed up has-been for 5,000 years. People are going to tell me that's the GOAT. When do you know Michael Jordan to sit there and let his team just lose the way that he did?
If you got
ever watched Kobe Bryant play like that? We never seen Kobe Bryant do that.
Not in the playoffs. In the regular season game, yet, but not in the playoffs.
I've never the better play. I think Kobe and Michael Jordan are better. I have never seen those two in a playoff series run it down as hard as he ever did.
LeBron's going to have an overall better career of what he did. But the whole thing with LeBron is
I even said it. Remember what I said? He doesn't play defense. LeBron doesn't play defense.
Oh, hell no.
People were like, oh, LeBron could come back for a 3-1 victory. Do you know what's crazy, guys? When they quoted that stat, do you know how many times that has happened? It only ever happened once. Once. People said, LeBron always comes back from being down 3-1. The one time he did it?
In the finals, and twice in the same year. I guess with the same team. Against and with the same team. But no, LeBron got lucky with ref calls and suspension.
LeBron doesn't play defense. Yes, the age is finally catching up to him. I told people he's not that same kind of player you guys think he is. That's not been him in years. I don't know what games you're watching. I think people are literally just following narratives. You have to be just following narratives. I know you didn't watch the game. That man hasn't played defense almost every game. Tell me last night what defense he did. Game in the fucking hell. It was between quarter. Oh, fucking hell. It was between the last game and this one. Game 4 and game 5, between quarters 3 and 4, or both fourth quarters. So I'm mixing up the numbers. This man scored a total of 3 points. I'm not shitting you. I forgot what stat it was, but between both fourth quarters of the last 2 games, this man scored straight up a total of 4 points. That's supposed to be the star player, the franchise player, the face of the league, and that's supposed to be the GOAT for you guys. When in whatever playoff series did you ever watch Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan score 0 points in a playoff game? I want to know which ones because they probably don't fucking exist. This guy is overrated as fuck. Every single time this guy is supposed to be this guy everyone makes out to be, he isn't. Never is. He hasn't been this way in a very long time. People are going to be at the 2020 ring. Oh, out of all the asterisks used for this guy's career, let's be honest here, that 2020 ring had a lot of asterisks to it. You know, he hasn't been able to replicate it since. He ran it down every single game of the series. Every single game he ran it down. There's not a good game he had. I swear, I'm probably mixing up the quarters, but there was quarters this man scored nothing. And that's the star player of the team. Luka can't play defense. Very good offensive player to a certain degree. But Luka can't play defense. Luka couldn't guard an old lady crossing the street.
At least he scored. Where the fuck was Austin Reeves at?
Could you chalk up Austin Reeves to basically first playoff experience kind of thing? Maybe you give him another year, see if it works out.
Playoff though. It's not his first playoffs. What were they in the playoffs last year?
Was he on the team? Was he on the team last year? I forgot, honestly.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was on the team last year. Yeah, you're right. Yes, the second playoffs with them, right? I think. I could be wrong. Yes, the second playoffs with them. Yeah. Ooh, fuck.
Yeah.
Unless you're going to go like third time's the charm, maybe the third year he kind of picks it up. Austin Reeves, literally, man, he literally said you could blame the loss on me. I mean, I wouldn't blame it. I wouldn't blame the whole series on you, but I kind of would. If you're being honest here, you probably were the main reason why we lost. He was turbo sprinting it. That man wanted to go on vacation. Some of those games, he had moments in the games.
Because he was in the he was in the playoffs when he went to
faced Denver, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. Okay. Like he had shining moments, but it just wasn't anything consistent enough. He was very coin flippy, if we're being honest here. And then the other problem with the Lakers is now you can talk about the whole Anthony Davis trade that ended up happening, because I told people this. It's better to look at the trade in context when the season plays out. Now, the Mavericks were in the play-ins. They got 10th. They got knocked out very early on. They had Anthony Davis. We had Luka. Now you're probably thinking, like, maybe there was a reason to trade that guy. That guy literally does not get in shape. Maybe the reason why they got rid of him was because this man just won't get in shape and thinks he could just skate by on his skill alone. Like, if you're not trying to get fucking in shape in the playoffs to get your team ahead, people want the whole Lakers built around them, and it's like, come on. That's not happening for him.
No, Nico's a fucking idiot. Nico's
I'm not saying that. I'm saying, like, you're maybe looking at the trade a little bit differently. If you're
I'm not looking at the trade differently. I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking? The Mavericks were the 5th seed.
Yeah.
Before they traded Luka, and see where it fell to. See, the only reason why they made the play is because Phoenix was so shit.
Not in this series. When did LeBron have a good game in this series? Name me one. I shouldn't see it. But can't wait to sub in his son, LeBron James Jr. His old trash ass can only score like high as 17 points a game. Get the fuck out of here. Holy shit, man. That guy is what a fucking bum. He just needs time. Scottie Pippen Jr. is better than him, and he's about the same age.
But the thing is, he has to be better because ain't no one looking at him like that. That's why when he came out of college, it was like, all right, he's an actual good player too.
They need a center. I mean, I don't think just getting a center is going to fix their problems. I mean, that's like a Band-Aid on a much like bigger problem they have. Yep. It's not the wrong thing to do, but I don't think even if they have a better center, I don't think that changes anything. They play terrible defense, and they try to just basically survive on a bunch of small guys to just make threes and get fouls and get to the free throw line. That's really all they relied on, if we're being completely honest here. You know? Like, oh, God, it's just disappointing. Like, I told people when it was 3-1, just put me out of my misery. Literally, put me outside, bend me over, shovel literally an iron rod up my ass and dig my shit out, because I'd rather just go out right now, and I'd rather just go out in the fashion that we did. But, you know, Timberwolves played well. Anthony Edwards is you know how there's that thing going around now with the whole 100 men versus the gorilla? Yeah. That gorilla is Anthony Edwards. Just saying that's what he is. But Anthony Edwards played very well. He stepped up massively. People said, well, let's see if he can do it in every game of the playoffs, because in game 1 he had a really, really good game too. Every single game he played good. There's really not a game he really played that bad, honestly. Like, Anthony Edwards played great. Oh, God, just I don't know what the Lakers can do. They're paying so much money for Luka and LeBron. The rumor is LeBron is still going to play one more year. I don't think he should. I think he should just retire, in my opinion.
I think he should. It was up to me. He would have retired after he got that Lakers championship and just left.
He could have just rolled off into the sunset with that one. He came to the Lakers. He won. He proved it, despite the asterisk surrounding that trophy.
He did it. He did it for a Lakers and Kobe.
Yeah,
that whole championship.
Julius Randle last night, man, really, really stepped up. Rudy Gobert played very good. I mean, they're starting. Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle and Rudy Gobert played better. They're just a better team.
That's the team I was afraid, and I was telling him, okay, and I was like, you need Memphis. You need Memphis. Memphis is the team you were hoping for. And
now Anthony Edwards is thinking like he's the face of the league now. He thinks he's the face of the league. This is what happens when you give black people any type of clout. It just goes to their heads. They think they're the king of the world. He already saw
he was the shit. Now it's like, I took out KD.
This man beat LeBron when LeBron is 40.
And guess what he's next? Guess who's next? Steph Curry. I was like, Anthony, I might want to shut the fuck up. Steph is a different beast. I'm just shut the fuck up. You don't want to wake up the beast of Steph Curry. He'll start shooting 40. Nah. No.
That's why I even said, even if they face the Warriors, the Lakers play no defense. Who's going to guard Stephen Curry from who's going to guard Stephen Curry on the Lakers? Because we know Luka's not doing it. I could show you guys highlights of what Luka was doing to throw that match last night.
Luka off the ring, they ain't guarding nobody.
Did you see what Luka did?
Yeah.
When a dude was taking a shot, Luka literally walked around on a circle. He just went to. So what are those man was lost his brain. Man just was giving up. He got injured, but that wouldn't have mattered, guys. None of it mattered. Like people, like they didn't play Jackson Hayes, their only other big man for I don't know what reason. Honestly, the only other big man they could have played, they didn't play. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I promise you, they signed this great prospect in the 2024 offseason for the NBA, and they got LeBron's son, a person who has only scored as a high as 21 points the whole season. Don't worry. We have LeBron James' son.
He's still better than Kyle Kuzma.
Don't worry.
He's still better. I take him over Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma getting paid like $40 million to score 0 points. Nope. I need if you're averaging 4 points a playoff. And I'm paying you over $20 million. I need every dollar back. No.
Fuck all that. I'm gonna need it. Yeah. Don't they have a refund? Do they have a refund policy on these contracts? I need a refund.
I need a refund immediately.
LeBron just. There should be no GOAT conversation with LeBron anymore. It should either be Michael Jordan or Kobe Bryant, in my opinion, or Shaq, or Magic Johnson.
You're comparing. Yeah, all right. This motherfucker get paid this year $24 million. Kyle Kuzma.
Oh,
geez. You score 0. No. Fuck all that. I need. No, he. You know why he got catch rate? You get paid $24 million and you score 0 points in the motherfucking playoff. I need about $23 million
right now. I made sure to bookmark all these tweets. In-N-Out Burger, like the In-N-Out Burger, the fast food restaurant. They tweeted this after the Lakers lost. The Lakers were in and out of. This man roasts Kyle Kuzma on every single stream.
I would tell you why. You get paid $24 million and you and I score the same amount of points. Fuck
I do agree with this guy. No, In-N-Out is top. In-N-Out is overrated as fuck, honestly.
I never had In-N-Out.
Their shakes are so good, but In-N-Out is overrated.
I never had In-N-Out. That's why I just.
You guys have White Castle. We have like In-N-Out. In-N-Out is. It's in my opinion, it's overrated.
If you want to compare In-N-Out's more like Five Guys, Shake
Shack, or Smash fan account. Aw, damn. But whatever, it's fine.
It don't matter.
I'll do the joke. Cool.
I mean, take the Lakers were out of the playoffs.
Five Guys is way better than In-N-Out. You hot?
No, I thought it was. I tried it. I haven't had Five Guys in like 5 years.
Mark Williams posted this after the Wolves eliminated the Lakers in 5 games.
They got traded, and then he failed the physical. They saw that they didn't want, and
LeBron James is 2-12 in his last 14 playoff games. 2023 0-4, 2024 1-4, 2025 1-4.
1-4.
Yeah, this is and this is the GOAT. This is the GOAT, man. The fucking GOAT.
This motherfucker get beat by some nuggets. You tell me you can't beat some chicken nuggets? You get beat by some nuggets and some Timberwolves.
And remember, Jokic is his dad. If he faces Jokic, it's over. He's just losing. Don't even walk onto the stadium. Just play knockout or something. That'd be more entertaining than watching you lose. Like Jokic just owns this man right now. Like he's I need my child support right now. Good Lord. Hold on. I'm gonna have to put the audio on really quickly. Because I wanted to collect all the LeBron salt after this loss. I wanted to do it.
But one thing about me, I am not the biggest Kyle Kuzma fan. I was until I saw how. So
here was the clip. He said, "My guy AD said what we needed, and then he was gone the following week." Man,
what the fuck does that mean? I got to hear.
Basically, from mid-January on, right when AD got injured, you guys started playing a lot of centerless basketball, and that required a lot from you and Doe and Rui, and then Vando once he got back. Just from a physical, like, taxing standpoint, how tough was that for the last 3.5 months to play that style, and do you feel like that caught up at all in this series?
No comment. I never say that because my guy AD said what he needed, and then he was gone the following week. So I got no comment. I put that uniform on every night. I gave everything I had, and
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a damn lie.
You 40, and the drugs ain't working anymore. The drugs ain't working anymore, LeBron.
Is that it for LeBron Salt? Let me see. Yep. So I made sure to get all the LeBron Salt there. You guys need to see that. That's a lot of ass.
Yep.
Goodness gracious. God, man. It's just I don't know.
When it comes to the postseason, Austin Reeves drops off. He goes from averaging. This year he went from averaging 20 points to 16 in the playoff. He averaged about 16 in the postseason, but this is when he wasn't. First year when they weren't in the playoffs, he was averaging 7.3 points a game, and then 13, then 15. And then he would go up to 16. But this year he averaged 20 points a game, but he went down to 16. It's like when he gets to the postseason, that's 16, 17 points a game. That's his average.
I don't know what to do. So people are saying the Lakers don't have a lot of money because they have to pay a lot of it towards LeBron and Luka. So what does that leave? So you just run this back. If they run the same roster guys back, they're not. This is what's going to happen again next year. There's no difference. And then what happens worse next year is that LeBron retires. So now you just have to build around Luka, a person that doesn't really want to get in shape or doesn't want to play defense at all.
I mean, Luka was in shape, but I think the whole thing was I don't know. That whole Nico thing was the whole thing. Oh, he wasn't in shape. That was some bullshit because motherfucker was fat last year, got into the finals. That's mean you can't use that excuse. What was it? Was it a mentality thing? Or whether your owner was trying to start something new and he didn't want the franchise player anymore. That whole
do you remember how many first round draft picks they gave up? It was in the trade with Anthony Davis. They gave up some first round draft picks.
It was like 2.
Yeah,
they only gave up 2. I thought they were gonna give up about 4 or 5. Minnesota got 5 for Gobert mid ass. Because you only get 2 for Luka? Okay.
Yeah, because the reason that the Anthony Davis trade hurts the Lakers, but the Luka trade helped them is like losing a big man for what Anthony Davis did for them also hurt them in the long run. Like Luka solved a short-term problem, but then their long-term problem was, hey, I don't have a big man. And that big man they had also was able to score threes and also be very offensive too.
But the whole thing is the big man thing can be solved. It depends on what LeBron does because there's a lot of players going to free agency. Jokic might want to leave the Nuggets.
They say Giannis to the Lakers. I don't know if that would work, honestly.
Nah, not in the signing trade. If it's free agency, yes, not in the signing trade. They want Milwaukee would not send another player to the Lakers after they still Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to the Lakers. They would not do it. No.
That's crazy. If you look at the Lakers' history, it was the reason why they got so many good players because other teams just gave them their best players.
Yep. Kobe got traded in draft and they didn't know how good he was. Shaq got signed in free agency. Wrong. Orlando's like, oh, okay, he wants to leave or whatever. Signed him for none. Could have got signed and trade. Who else? LeBron went there free agency somewhat. Yeah. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. People don't remember. Pau
Gasol. They got him through.
Oh my God. They finessed the fuck out of the Grizzlies. He sent a couple of bums on a motherfucker that went to jail years later for a murder charge or whatever.
They got Steve Nash from someone else, right? I think.
Yeah. Steve Nash.
Yeah.
Dwight Howard.
They got Derek. Did they get Derek Fisher from someone else? I don't remember.
No, they drafted him, and then
let him go. He came back.
They had Ron Artest, right?
Yeah, they had him. Yep. Lamar Odom. That was a good role player.
They got Dwight Howard
twice. They motherfucker had him twice. I just realized that they had this motherfucker twice.
There's no way he would do that, man. There's no way LeBron's taking less money for anything.
Nah, greedy.
And he's black. That's even worse. Good Lord.
Should have never gave them niggas money. Rick James said it best, man. Should have never gave them niggas money. They don't know how to appreciate shit. They should probably Rick James low-key said it. Should have
Jalen with that. He crossed him. Ooh, look at that. Damn. If I can embarrass like that on the stage, I'm gonna have to fucking leave.
Should have never gave them people money. It's the truest statement in the world. They don't know how to appreciate shit. That is so facts.
Also, I can't show this girl bending over and showing ass cheeks.
Send me the clip, Dan.
Oh my god. Oh, fucking hell. This girl is screaming because Lady Gaga didn't want to come out and meet them or whatever, something like that. I'll just put it in there. You can watch it on Twitter later.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to get into one of our final videos for tonight. We're going to be talking more about League, obviously, on Sunday as well. I'm going to see if I can find this, because this is important to go over for the LCK in a little bit here. But overall, I want to cover... Okay, we'll do the... I don't want to go too long, because we talked about the LEC. We already got that mostly covered up. For the LTA, there's matches coming up that we can just preview really quickly. Guys, don't have faith in KT Rolster. KT Rolster is trash. They might as well just write their whole season off. KT is
who the fuck did KT just lose to?
They got raped by Gen G.
Oh, yo, DK the danger dude. Them motherfuckers just lost to Dopship.
Oh no! Oh shit! Yeah. All right.
And KT got 2-0 by Dopship. Oh Jesus!
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yes. No, first of all, KT been cooked for a while.
Oh no, KT, you need to go 2026. Your year's over. Okay, so I'm gonna run down the LTA North 2025 Americas Split Stage 2. This is the group phase, because we had the positioning phase. This is the group phase. Basically, 100 Thieves versus FlyQuest. Game 1, 100 Thieves are winning. They actually just throw. This is just something that they've been doing.
Just mega throw.
This is just something they do they can either win a game really hard or throw a game very hard or have the most scrappiest game possible. They really could have won game 1. They didn't, and then they got actually the way we talked about OKC versus Memphis is what they got in game 2. Man, that was airtight.
Or just Cleveland versus Miami. It like how Dom said to Brian, you never had to win. You never had the car. You never had the series. Like you saw you did. You like, I came close. I came close in the first half. No. Coming close ain't winning is winning. You never had this win.
Oh God.
The C's never had the series. Like Miami never had game 2.
They were losing.
Memphis
so
never
hard
had
in
a
game
win.
2. They didn't even bother playing macro. They just kept fighting, and I was like, all right, just 100 Thieves, just go to next series. We know you're fried.
I saw that. I was like,
okay.
Yep, okay.
All right.
Game 1, I knew they were done. I was like, yep.
The reason why I thought they would win is because they have this unpredictability to play better against teams that are better. But I realized to myself, that's the 100 Thieves from last split. This 100 Thieves from this split has been very coin flipping.
You know why? Because FBI is very good. The difference between him and Tomo didn't need much. That's why he was a lot less predictable. He doesn't get caught out as much. FBI gets caught out a little too much, but you know what it is too? Ayla I'm like, Ayla, your one job is to support your ADC, and your ass is nowhere to be found. You're like a dad in a black household in Chicago. You ain't never there when they need you. Is it fucked up? Yes. Ayla will always just be a step two behind, and they go right for FBI, take him out of the match. He's behind, and then
Like,
the whole team
FBI is
just
a player where basically if you don't kind of like, I'm not saying this isn't a him issue. He kind of makes teams play everything into him, and if he's not ahead in any fashion,
he was ahead of game one, but the issue
Yeah.
is Fly would always target him, and his support is never there to
someone
block.
say he's never had a support with Ayla. I would argue
Him
that.
and River was doing his thing, but sometimes River would be a little slow. Ayla was always slow. That's what his motherfucking problem. Who he was there, the issue is the Ayla and FBI's laning is better than FBI and Hui, somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
But Hui urgency to understand to protect the ADC was much higher than Ayla. Ayla has the urgency, he just don't know how. They're not clicking. Motherfucker need you to stay in the front. You out here missing shots, motherfucker. Just take out your ADC. Now everything goes to shit. Because Sniper, first of all, like, you guys had some days didn't need much in the top lane.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to, take fight 2v1. Sniper came and fight a 1v1 half the time. 2v1, they know that they could go after him, take him out. You take out Sniper early, shit. FBI is just as good as gone. It don't matter. The reason why I say they were better last year because they had Tomo, who wasn't as much urgency. The issue is
it felt like they played around Quid more, and Quid can be the best mid laner, but the problem with his team is like if he has bad games, it feels like even if FBI has a bad game, there's just no one else you can rely on.
One of them has a bad game, the other one knows how to pick up. That was the issue last year. That's why they lost to R7.
Yeah.
This year, they have both players. The issue is this. If they're drafting two and they're putting a little bit too much resources into FBI, they kind of need to share it between FBI and Quid, and I don't think they know how to balance that correctly.
Yeah.
They need a support that can help them, and Ayla ain't that support.
Like, Sniper can win you games, kind of, but if he's ever behind...
Sniper's the motherfucker that's going to lose you. Sniper will lose your lane in 7 minutes. Sniper is a very decent mid lane, a top laner.
Yeah.
But he will lose your game really freaking quickly. I realized about that. He'll lose your goddamn.
There's some games where he just runs it, and I'm like, all right, you can't win with this guy.
Okay.
You're like, my God.
I'm like, all right, cool. Next.
Team Liquid versus Lion. Lion. Oh, okay. So
Lion had potential. I don't know what the fuck happened.
This is what happened with them. They had an easy strength of schedule in the positioning phase. They won a lot of games, and then when they played every top team, they lost. And they lost confidence in themselves. If you look at teams like Lion, they'll beat every single team they need to beat, but any team that's higher they lose to, then they lose confidence.
The Lions are the Knicks. They're the Knicks. They're the Knicks of the LTA. Think about it. Like, the Knicks beat all the teams below them, cannot beat a single team above them. Am I wrong?
And they are perma dark horse material. Can't beat teams in the top 4. They are definitively 5th for Lion.
Knicks and Lakers. That's what they are. Or I think no Lakers.
Like, dude, Saint picked Xerath against APA. And the reason why you don't pick Xerath, guys, is because Xerath is a champion where basically any hard CC can just destroy him. And if he blows Flash, as you guys saw, Saint blew Flash, he was just getting diddied the whole map. They were focusing on Yeon when Yeon was on Varus, but that didn't matter. They were losing the game. Like, they maybe kind of could have won game 1, but they didn't. Game 2 was just way worse. Like, Lion's a team where they would need to make roster changes to have any shot at kind of punching up. Licorice is way too coin flippy. Audie is just not it. He's never been it. He's always been fucking not good. Don't know how he's had a career in League for like 12 years. That fucking dog shit ass jungler. Saint gave up Saint picked Xerath. He gave up in his team. What mid laner do you know picked Xerath in the year of Lord 2025? Motherfucker, they're done. Henna and what's the guy's name? Lion.
Yeah.
That bot lane is trash. I'm sorry.
absolutely.
That bot lane is trash. Henna isn't trash, but that bot lane sure is bad. That bot lane, no synergy. Anti-synergy. They got nothing in that bot lane. The next series, Cloud9 versus Disguised. Game 1 ate their asshole up. Game 2, Disguised showed some form of life to them, but didn't really matter, honestly. They were still so far behind the game. They ended up losing. Dig and Shopify, I don't know. That's the worst series all year. I take what I said back. I take what I said back for 100 Thieves versus Pain. This is the worst series ever. That series, that's the worst series all year. This was peak shit. Fudge is not a serious top laner. That man double Zanya in less than 5 minutes twice. I need you, like, fuck. And people, man, why did Cloud9 get rid of that guy? Watch this series and you'll wonder why Cloud9 got rid of that guy. That guy is a fucking unserious top laner. Replace that guy, please. Good lord. All right, so we have the next bit of matches to preview. FlyQuest versus Shopify Rebellion. Pretty sure FlyQuest just wins this, honestly. Team Liquid versus Disguise. Apparently, the rumor is Disguise beats Team Liquid in scrims. And then I gotta ask myself this question. The only reason why Team Liquid would feel like they need to kind of add in people into their roster is if they're losing to a team in scrims as bad as DSG. And now Team Liquid are going to have a 6-man roster. They brought up someone that won the NACL twice. As the jungler's name is like Yuri or something. So apparently he was the player that they were scrimming with, but no one knew the player because it was never revealed. Because apparently they were doing bad in scrims and they felt like that everyone was replaceable and they just kind of wanted to switch up the roster a little bit. And people were like, is that fair to Umpty? It's like, guys, this is sports. This shit isn't designed to be fair. I don't know what you people be thinking about how sports should go. This stuff isn't meant to be fair. And Umpty's not good. There's no future with that guy. You might as well start trying out this other guy. And he's probably going to be the guy they use next year after Umpty leaves because there's no future for Team Liquid internationally if you keep Umpty. Sorry, he's just not good. Like, he has games where he can be good, but that's like 70-30. 70% of the time he will be bad, and you have
after that world 30%. He said he was mentally burnt out. I was like, oh yeah, now get him the fuck out of here. Wait, mentally burnt out means
I need him quit.
That means you don't have the mental fortitude. Yeah, nah. Stay the fuck off Twitter, X, whatever you call it. Stay off online.
100 Thieves versus Dig. Despite Dig, who a team that really shouldn't have beat Shopify at all because Shopify were just throwing. 100 Thieves should win this series. I think they will. Probably be a 2-1, but I think
it's a 2-1. It could be a 2-0.
If 100 Thieves lose to that team, oh my god, I'm roasting the fuck out of you. That Dig team is ass.
Yeah.
That team is insanely bad. Cloud9 versus Lion. That should be a 2-0. Lion can't beat any teams in the top 4. That's been pretty well known at this point, you know? And their mid laner apparently has lost faith in his team. I would too, because your bot lane is non-existent. Your top side is non-existent either. That man is just 1v9. All right, so that's it for that. And we need to get to the video portion of this episode. So let me load up this article really quickly. You know what? Did I do the 3 headlines or just go through it all? Let me get 1 second here. Let me knock out... okay, so I'll go over the... Should we do the Cliff Notes part first and then do the full thing? So I think that'd be better for you guys. Give me 1 second here. Let me load up because these websites, holy crap, these websites run so many ads. I don't care about this ad. No. Maybe it should be bigger. Oh my goodness. All right. No, I don't want to see black people on screen when I do videos. I see enough blacks every day. That's not good. All right. So let's go fully into it. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the LCK losing $30 million. So originally, the LCK started as the LCK when Riot Games basically took over OGN, and the LCK has been a thing since 2015 with the LCK branding. And we know now from watching the LEC, LCS, and then turned to LTA, the LPL, and the league we're going to be talking about in this video, which is my asshole getting blown out by Diddy. Woo! I'm black. Trash.
Guess what? We got a game 7 in the Clippers and the Nuggets. Game 7.
What the?
Yes, what the fuck? We got a game 7, y'all. We got a game 7.
All right. I'm not going to write it down again.
We got a game 7 Saturday, man.
Yeah, I can't wait for James Harden to lose and not win a trophy. I love it. I love life.
Another James Harden L. Love it. I'm an ass. I don't give a fuck. Love to see it. Love to see it, man.
Common James Harden L. You just death, taxes, and James Harden not winning the trophy.
Yep, James. Yep.
All right, let's go. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the LCK losing $30 million. So basically, originally, it was just called OGN for the competitive esports scene for League of Legends in Korea. Then it got rebranded to the LCK. And then, the major regions at the time are LPL, LCK, EU LCS, and NALCS. Later on, EU LCS became LEC, LCS became LTA, but LCK and LPL remained the same. And this is something that I've talked about constantly on this show when it comes to esports. You really can't make money here, and the path to making money really doesn't make a whole lot of sense at all. Most of these esport orgs, guys, are just surviving off of sponsorship money, which is not them generating revenue. That's basically borderline asking for handouts from other people. It's literally no different than welfare, honestly, if we're just being completely honest here, right? Then you have a lot of these orgs that burn a lot of these sponsors, don't, deliver on their deliverables, actually. They don't deliver any viewership worthy enough, for these sponsorships. And the point of having a sponsorship is to actually, generate enough interest in your brand. So when you have more eyes on the product, people buy the product. Now, I feel like esports need more dedicated sponsors tailored toward what esports is. You have so many esports sponsors where it doesn't make any sense, because not only does the average esport fan not buy shit and they're broke, liberal, libtarded fucking losers who think men can be women and women can be men because they're just mentally retarded as hell. Shit. Well, now we're at a point where not only does the casual audience not spend money, well, you're also at a point now where the orgs don't make any money out of the franchise leagues. And the LCK has been franchised since when? 2023? I think they've been franchised. Yeah, because it'll be 3 years, or 2022, just around then, right? And the LCK owners had this letter that went out, or basically they all signed on this kind of letter that ended up getting posted to Twitter. And then obviously it got deleted by the person that posted it. Them all basically criticizing Riot Games and, them basically pointing out, hey, we can't make money off this. No one. And the CEO of Gen G talked about this on a Monty and Wolf show episode a few years back. He said no one is making money off this right now. And it's crazy because people need to factor this in. Who's in the LCK? T1. Okay. So T1, or SK Telecom, is a company that is internet based. They do internet, and that's how they make their money, right? So T1, the esports side of that, is actually owned by Comcast. Now, keep in mind, when you run a business, if you have something like T1 and SK Telecom, well, you hope you put in enough of an initial investment into T1 so it could just be profitable on its own over time, right? So with a league that has T1 and that has Faker, who is considered like the Michael Jordan of League of Legends, if that's not making money and they're losing this much money, I don't even know how you can make this thing work, honestly. You know, like, how do you make this work? You know, and I'll ask you, is there any way any of these products can make it work? There's no consistent revenue stream unless you want to bring in, like, I know Riot doesn't want to do it, but you got to bring in some betting sponsors. You know, how do you think the NBA and the NFL and the other major leagues survive? Betting. People bet a lot. You need alcohol sponsors. But Riot's like, oh, I don't want alcohol sponsors. I don't want to be a bad influence on people. Oh, fuck off. I don't want to hear Riot Games virtue signaling to me. This company that is working with the Saudi Arabian. Like, come on. I don't need you virtue signaling to me.
I think
Get the fuck out of here.
I think computer technology sponsors would do. I think betting sponsors can do it, but gambling is one of those things where you can either gain
gambling would for sure bring more revenue. They wanted a consistent revenue stream.
More revenue. Gambling. It'll bring more business revenue, but you might lose audience members with it. That's one of those things where gambling is really, really risky. It's one of those things where gambling is very tough. The gambling sponsorship is very tough because...
And then you have to also factor that if you're going to bring in gambling, well, what's the average age of an esport watcher that watches the LCK? Yeah. I mean, then again, if they're using mommy's credit card to gamble, I think that's probably a single mom getting her ass blown out by Tyrone anyway.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, God.
My friend, you know, he comes over.
All right.
You mean he comes over?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? Yes, let me make this a little bit. Okay, this is big enough. Pause.
That's what she said.
Good Lord, that was a slam dunk.
You lay that shit the fuck out. Oh, yeah, I got this.
Oh, God. All right, so this article came from Dexerto, and it starts off with saying, LOL's League of Legends' most popular pro league lost $30 million in 3 years. Keep in mind, they've been franchised for three years since 2022, and they've lost $30 million. That is unbelievably bad. With numbers like that, if you lose that much, the LCK, I mean, the future of this is concerning. Like, this got to close down. You don't make money. I mean, how are they not making money when they have T1 and Faker? Like Genji, the CEO, Arnold said, you know, they've basically Genji leads the league in sponsorships. Yeah. And he said they've never been profitable. He said they've never been profitable with as many sponsors as they have. There's no consistent revenue source. Like, people don't want to pay, like, let's say if there was a $5 subscription fee to watch LCK. People might pay that. Just in the
no, people will pay that.
If the LTA was asking that, you wouldn't get my money at all.
Oh, hell no.
You would get the ass in the back of my butthole, honestly. If the LPL and the LCK are like, hey, we have to move to a subscription-based model, we'll charge you $5 a month or $60 a year, people would bitch and moan about it. But I do feel like
people would do a year that you could probably say because
now how much money? Like, keep in mind, what a consistent revenue source that would be if like a bunch of people chipped in and gave $5 to keep it alive. You know, that would be quite a bit of money over time, or maybe $7.99 because they would raise the price anyway. But the point of what I'm trying to say, guys, is there's no consistent revenue source because fans don't want to pay money, orgs don't want to pay money to the players as much, but they have to sacrifice a lot of money for the players' salaries and rosters and all that shit, day-to-day expenses.
But the question is where you watching it at? Are you watching it on their actual website?
This is because, like, didn't Riot, I don't know about the LCK, but at least for the LTA, they turned on getting subs like last year. And it's like, just keep in mind how stupid that is. League's been popular in many years past, and Riot just realized they could turn on subs on Twitch to make extra money for themselves. Like, this is why I hate this company. I fucking hate this company. Jesus.
Because the whole thing you gotta look at is where they're watching on things that are free. Pretty much what it is
most people are watching it. I would imagine on Twitch.
Twitch, unless you charge them to watch it on LOL Esports, but you still need a streaming service. You're going through Twitch and YouTube. Why, like, you can't do a fee service if I could watch it somewhere else, unless you like do it where
unless
you
they did some like, hey, if you watch on LOL Esports and you subscribe, we'll drop you like exclusive emotes for your team, exclusive icon. Like I don't know, honestly. Like, because if you're gonna do a subscription service, you would have to basically give that viewer enough bang for your buck in terms of like merch that would be worthwhile. Because remember,
exactly.
Remember how last year they went away from doing like the team icons or whatever and emotes, and it's like to make those ghetto ass ugly looking emotes, and all the owners were like, we don't like this. Make something better. They took away the icons that all of us like to buy. Let's make some ugly ass emotes that no one bought. Did you guys see that? You guys should have saw the God, those were bad. The Immortal one looked like someone took a crayon and just scribbled on a whiteboard. Oh shit. The LCK, Korea's premier League of Legends circuit, is operating at a massive loss. They're bleeding money rapidly, with the league losing billions of Korean won year over year. It's at the point where financial experts fear the LCK may collapse entirely if they don't diversify their revenue streams, with actual profitability of the league taking a massive dip in 2024. Though it wasn't exactly profitable in 2022 or 2023, 2024 was a huge down year and saw the biggest losses in the LCK's history. And it's hard to imagine things have changed much in 2025. League of Legends esports continue to break viewership records, with the LCK being more popular than ever this year and seeing over 2 million concurrent viewers on the biggest matches. And that's all T1 games, T1 versus Genji, T1 versus Hanwha Live, However, that viewership and those eyes on the league isn't translating into profit. Well, how are you going to convert those viewers into paying customers? This has always been a free product that everyone's been accustomed to watching free. The reason why people will be apprehensive of paying money for it is because they've always watched it free. And you'd have to give them something that's worthwhile. And you also got to factor in how much do you charge a person and all this other stuff, League of Legends went through massive restructuring across almost every pro league going into 2025, with Riot trying to find ways to make every pro league more sustainable. Yeah, they closed down LLA, they closed down the Japanese league. Australia had already been closed. PCS collapsed, and they merged that into the Pacific.
With the Vietnam collapsed.
Man, imagine consolidating all the leagues and it still don't make money. Keep in mind, the LCK guys is known as the best region. They've won the most worlds, most international competitions in general.
What they have to do is, and this is what's going to come down to. When they're talking about the Americas, what they have to do is they're going to have to collapse all the regions, and you'll have to do
one big Super League.
No, what you do one Super League, but you do two divisions. You do West versus East. Yep. You pretty much you do Europe and the Americas, and you collapse out to 16 teams in each one. That means there's gonna be a lot of teams gone. Like you're taking the top 8 teams.
Because that's what Monte Cristo originally wanted. He wanted it basically just like one Super League and then just have like the other places that's just like challenger systems to promote, maybe like in a relegation system.
What you do is you take the top 16 teams. That means you're taking it's 6, 8, 8, 16, 26. You're taking out of the 26 teams in the West. You're taking the top 16. You make them the division. You take the European minor league and the Challenger League. You take whatever 10 teams doesn't make it. You make them the second tier league under them. That means you're going to take the bottom 4 of the. You're pretty much going to take the bottom 4 of, or You take whoever's the bottom of LTA North, South, in Europe, make them the 10 teams. You take the bottom.
Yeah, because remember what happened in the LPL? I think they even regret having like a bunch of teams too, because I think in split 3 for them, I think it's a system where if you don't make like at least 10th, you're out for the rest of the year. Or I think it's this year. Like they already got rid of Rare Atom. LTA is 8 teams, and you have like people like Wulo on Twitter going like, no, it should be 12 teams. Guys, there's a reason why it can't be 12 teams. There's no money. Who's paying those fans? Just in the LEC, the buy-in is how much? Isn't it 10 million euros?
Yep.
There's a reason why K-Droll not trying to pay that. K-Droll makes arguably it's the only maybe only profitable esport, or technically, if we're being super technical about it, because they don't have any like overhead with like a house or anything. If we're being honest here, there's no financially good enough of a reason for K-Droll to want to enter the LEC. To pay 10 million euros, and for what? Like how much money? So how much money are the teams making based off? Because wasn't the franchise system for the LCK supposed to be like a revenue split share? Like you get a certain amount of revenue, like the LCS had and the LEC had. They must not be making enough for the split, honestly. Or it's like it's so top heavy, like it's Genji, T1, Hanwha Life, DK, and then they make enough money for the league to just basically give to the other ones, honestly.
Yep.
And now that the financial reporting for the LCK is public, we've gotten a peek at part of the reason why. The LCK's corporation reported losses are as follows for each year. In 2022, basically, what's that, 5 million? What's that number USD? That's like 5 million.
Yeah, negative 5 million USD.
Oh, shit. Dang.
5 million USD. 2023, 9 million, 9.161 million. And 2024, 19. Wait.
Whoa, hold up.
How the fuck did it double?
Is someone like betting the money away?
This gotta be money laundered. This gotta be money laundered. There ain't no way in hell.
Oh, hell.
5, 9 is 14.
How can you make money with such a stupid idea?
And how can you not make money with such a brilliant idea?
At first, we didn't know what to do with all the money. We tried burying it, shredding it, and burning it. But in the end, we decided to just give it all away.
I had to play that.
Are they just giving away?
We decided to just give it all away.
Are they?
How did they lose $19 million? Guys, that's just this. Guys, we're in April. That means if that's true, they could lose. What's 19 plus 19?
That's last year. That's me. I'm trying to figure out how much they lost. They doubled. They damn near were doubling.
So that means this year, if we're going off of this, wait. So that's 14 plus 5 plus 9 is 14. Then it doubled. Then they lost 10 more million. So if they lose 10 more million, that means this year they'll lose $29 million.
Additional total sales went from.
This has resulted in cumulative losses totaling 42.7 billion Korean won, which is this
29 million. 29.635 million.
29,635,000. That's fucking insane.
Additionally, total sales went from 27.9 billion Korean won, 19 million in 2022, all the way down to 11.47. Sales went from 19 billion to 7 million.
Total sales went from 27.9 billion Korean won, which is basically 19,363,000 USD in 2022, all the way down. That's how are they burning this much money?
How? Wait, that's mean they lost. That's mean they made $11 million less.
The amount of total revenue has been cut by almost 2/3, a massive blow to the greater league. It is worth mentioning that Riot has 100% ownership of the LCK Corporation, and that them reporting losses could still mean Riot's making money off the league. Much of this could be attributed to the LCK softening operational costs for participating teams by reducing the membership fees and providing profit sharing so the teams they can stay afloat. Oh yeah, because they have a salary cap now, but it's like
if I was like working for like the SEC, I would think this was money laundering. This looked like a money laundering scheme. This looked like, all right, you're funneling money in there to get clean money out.
This is even factoring in that the LCK hosts T1, arguably the biggest esports team in the world in terms of popularity. However, 2024's massive blow can be attributed to their streaming exclusivity deal with Chinese platform Huya falling through, a deal that had been financially stimulating the LCK for years. They also held Valorant champions in Seoul in the Law Park Arena, incurring operational costs that were reported on the LCK's corporation's financials. There's a chance that this was profit from Riot, even though it technically has been reported as a loss. So while it's not like the LCK is going to immediately collapse, experts fear that this path isn't sustainable. No shit, Sherlock. So while it's not like the LCK is going to be immediate... Oh, my bad. My brain fell off. I already read that. Sorry. Although the influence of esports is growing, they haven't found a revenue structure yet. So the LCK teams that have been investing for years are having a very difficult time. And as a result, the costs that Riot Korea has to bear are increasing, reads a report from South Korean financial publication Deal Site. And with viewership trending down for most leagues outside of the LCK after Riot's restructuring, there's a chance other parts of the world would have it even. There's a chance other parts of the world have it even worse. Oh, we know LTA has it worse. I need to see them LTA financials. Woo! We need to see LTA's financials. Because if LCK is losing 30 million, I don't even want to know the number the LTA's lost or the LCS was losing with franchising. So we're going to go to the next part of the video, and we're going to go to some of these comments. Grums, he says, the business model for esports never made sense. The only ones making money were the game publishers selling franchise slots. There just isn't a huge merch market for sales like real sports. Hard for teams or organizers to make money. Yeah, I agree with him. I know people don't agree with Grums a lot, like if you're on like a different side of the coin of politics, I guess, arguably. Yeah. But there's just literally, esports as a business model never made sense, really. You know, it was propped up by venture capital at one point. All the venture
sounds like money laundering. That's what it sounds like. I look at this, I'm like, okay.
No wonder. Have you guys seen for the Esport World Cup partners? Do you guys even think why they had to take Saudi Arabian government money? Is because they make no money. They'd rather just play hot potato and let someone else foot the bill. Well, we have all these venture capitalists. They'll foot the bill. Oh my God, the Saudi government wants to foot the bill. I ain't footing that shit. You can have it. You can have all my rights.
This is what happens when you make This is what happens when you make a sport out of a game that's free. Like,
yeah. And keep in mind, there's a reason why Riot added a third international event, because international events bring more viewership. It's not like in Counter-Strike where you have basically internationals constantly. League doesn't have that. League has basically 4 major regions with like the regular season, playoffs, and the championship, and then they all converge together. You guys wonder why Worlds is the most watched one? It's not because it's the most important, which it is, in terms of like, I guess, your yearly mattering for the players, is because they have that as the biggest international tournament of the year. It has more viewers because it's just a culmination of the entire year. Now imagine having a world tournament more than 1 year. That would bring you more viewers, but the problem with even doing that, those viewers aren't like converting any money. They found no way to convert these many people into spending money on the game. They can only do it through skins, and like I imagine the in-game client sales are making money. like the actual Riot Games client makes money for them. But the esports side of it, there's been no one that's been able to crack this code of making like a sustainable revenue source. Hasn't been able to happen. Well, it seems like people don't really like to be forced to install a Chinese spyware on their computer. Oh, that's the whole fucking, that's Vanguard. Keep in mind, but things like this doesn't matter. People were already they were already making money. Like the franchise slots were a scam, in my opinion. $10 million for a League of Legends slot. Overwatch was charging 15. Call of Duty charged 30. Yeah, Call of Duty guys charged 30 million for a franchise slot. Because I keep saying esports is ass and ruins games. Games should be not tuned in for esports. Well, that doesn't make any sense. To add context, esports was never profitable, not ever, and Riot knows that, but it's important for the game's ecosystems. Yeah, they essentially use esports as a marketing tool for their game, honestly. But yeah, I'll ask you, man, any closing thoughts and opinions on the LCK losing basically $30 million over 3 years?
It sounds like money laundering. That's what it sounds like. You doing like that, that's money laundering. That's what it feels like. It's either like that or people are just bad at money. They're putting the money somewhere that we can never find it. Like, where the hell is the money? I'm not surprised because the whole thing about the business structure is like, okay, you get these teams that pay you, but then now they're already in the debt because they owe you money for the franchise slot.
Yeah.
And then they got to make money. They're paying these players. They got to make money off merchandise. And then they have other
day operations like electricity, gas, food,
salaries.
Yeah. Like
other people, like not just the players, the people,
just
the
think
coaches.
about the day-to-day operations you go through as a person. Food, drinks, clothes, all that stuff. Transportation. Yep. Mm-hmm. All
insurance,
that stuff.
Depending on how if they even do insurance.
And apparently all these esport orgs foot the whole bills for the players. They pay their rent. You know, like they pay essentially all that money. Like this just literally can't be profitable given how much we know this stuff costs. There's just no way. You know, the LCK losing that much money is a massive red flag. So you would have to know the money they're losing in the LEC. There's a reason why. Why do you think Rogue is leaving? Everyone is just trying to like basically sell their slot to the next sucker that's going to buy it. Like, yeah, Navi's going to buy Rogue slot. Don't know why. I don't know why. How are they going to make it work? How are they going to make money? I mean, maybe the only one org that could be maybe profitable is Carmine Corp, maybe? I don't think did they take a EWC partnership? I don't know. But we know the teams that took an EWC partnership definitely need the money. And we know if T1's taking it, shit. That's not good. Because if the biggest esport org in the world is not making money, this is going to be a situation where I don't know if you want to be in anymore. But yes, so thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, and we're going to sign out, guys. See you guys later. Peace. All right, so we're going to wrap it up here in just a moment.
Yeah, them motherfuckers lose all that.
Whoever's running their company just needs to you need to be fired.
Oh, yeah.
You lose me $30 million, I need to have you gone.
Or a spade a year that is getting worse each year. What?
5 million, 9 million, 19 million. How did costs go? Unless costs must have risen so much. Like, that means basically off the content that they do, it arguably just makes them break even.
Yeah.
Like, well, anything you want to plug beside Lennon and Haley Steinfeld before we leave?
Nah. Nope. I'm just playing Pokemon. I'm gonna put out a video back there. I can't even. I'm not gonna lie. I make videos and I watch them back. Finally, I listen back to them. Like, nah, I ain't put this out. It's like the market watching for Pokemon are just it feels like I put it out that minute. These prices are volatile, That's why I'm right now. I'm probably just gonna put out a discussion video when I get a chance to. Other than that, I'm just playing Pokemon and I'm just enjoying sports. Yep.
Hell yeah. Okay, and as you guys know from myself, tonight there won't be an MSK show episode with me and Lunchbox Warren. That will be tomorrow. And Saturday, Thunderbolts open spoiler discussion, and maybe a game stream if I'm not super tired after work. And then Sunday, Cloud9 podcast episode. Is there any more NBA games to be watched throughout the rest of the week, or is that
Game 7 Saturday, Clippers, Nuggets, Game 6 tomorrow, Warriors and Rockets.
Warriors and Rockets? Yeah, okay. So we'll talk about those games, and we'll do LTA, LEC. Those games are playing. We know KT's not playing because they're just horse dog shit. That team is egregiously bad. KT should be ashamed of themselves playing this bad this year. Yeah, guys, there's no telecom war this year. It's just if T1 lose to KT, that's more concerning for T1, honestly. Because KT is ass. Sunday Cloud9 podcast, and Monday, starting the week back up again, MSK show. The main MSK show is on Mondays at 7 p.m. PST. Should have that one lady be on me and Lunchbox Warren's show tomorrow. I have a kind of a connection with a girl currently right now for her to get me other guests for the show. So she was like, hey, just hit me up and let me know what guests you want for the show, and I'll try to make it happen. I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Goodness gracious. So, yeah, that's good. So, yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. If you are just watching this podcast series on the channel, we'll be back here on Sunday, here to deliver either the good news that James Harden will never win a trophy or Jokic lost to a black man. Either one of those two. Or we'll be gloating that I want the Rockets to lose so bad. You guys
same here.
I can't wait till you guys just walk off the stage all sad and shit because you lost to Stephen Curry. So, yeah. See you guys later. Have a great week.